So, if you guys are new to the channel, a long time ago, a few years ago, my dad bought two project cars at the same time. He bought this, which did not look like this, 1953 Ford F100 pickup truck, and he also bought a 1970 Camaro. And that was gonna get an LS swap with a T56, and I convinced him to actually buy a Junkyard motor, which he was so disgusted by. Look at it. He ended up buying a real LS1, so I was like, okay, you don't want this Junkyard piece of gold. So I took it, and we've had it, you know, kind of taken apart a little bit of it, which I'll show you here.
That looks like a milky paste right there. That's not supposed to happen. So I think we had a head gasket failure here, and that's what did that. So we'll have to clean these up and kind of size up the situation to see how bad these pistons are.
I took the top off the motor just to kind of inspect it, and it's been sitting for a while since, and it was actually outside for the winter underneath the tarp, so I have to, hopefully it's not too bad. But I think it should be fine. He wanted to put it in his Chevelle, and I'm like, no, it's got a great engine already. Let's save this motor for something different. So I initially was gonna save it for my E36, but I think I might put it in something else. But let's clean this thing up and see really how it looks, and let's start contemplating on what we should put it in next.
Spoiler alert, it is going in our Factory 5 Type 65 Shelby Daytona Coupe. What's great about Factory 5 is you can order the car up specifically to take an LS engine for a swap. They actually have the motor mounts and everything all ready for you to go.
Listen, I know exactly what you guys are thinking in your heads right now. You're saying, why are you putting such a crap motor in a Factory 5 Type 65 Shelby Daytona Coupe? Well, two reasons. One, this entire YouTube channel was built on taking old stuff and putting it into something else and making it awesome. This is a 1994 BMW that I have put a turbo LS swap in. That was a Junkyard motor, and now it looks and drives fantastic. And that budget turbo LS build type style that we did with this is what we're gonna do in the Type 65 Coupe, because it works, it's cheap, and it's fast. I'm gonna be able to make double the horsepower out of this Junkyard LS motor than buying a blueprint motor like a 302 that is probably gonna cost me 3 times the amount of money to build than building a boosted LS engine. So stick with us here. You're gonna learn how to build a Type 65 on a budget and do it the right way.
So my dad thinks this engine is beyond repair because it looks like this. I don't know, what do you guys think? Not bad, right? Cleaning up. Yeah, we do get a little sloppy with the sloppy mechanics here. I don't care who you are. You can't tell me a good old hillbilly hot tank and razor blade rebuild won't do the trick, because this thing cleaned up just fine. Still got a little ways to go, you know, just tidying it up. Made it with a razor blade on the deck. Get the rest of the gasket stuff off, but LQ4, I think it's actually an LY6, actually. But yeah. So the main stuff I used on this to get it cleaned up was WD-40, engine degreaser, right? Spray it all in there. Brake cleaner to clean it up after you've got a lot of it off, and red Scotch-Brite pads. And I also got one that goes on the end of a drill. And that one I used in the cylinders. I use that on the deck as much as I can. You don't want to use sandpaper or anything harder than red Scotch-Brite, because you don't want to take off metal. Scotch-Brite won't take off the metal, it'll take off other material. It is extremely time consuming, but it saves you from having to send it to a machine shop to have it hot tanked or rebuilt or what have you. But this can really see if your engine is still in good shape, which this one, it is.
Now, in terms of the Type 65 Coupe, we did go with the base kit. It is a lot less expensive than the complete kit, but there are more things that we're going to have to source and find. So we're in the midst of doing that now, finding the right drivetrain in terms of a rear end, getting it built properly, the transmission, brake spindles, control arms, all that stuff, gas tank, steering rack, steering stuff like that. So we won't be working on this just yet. Doing it this way is a lot more labor intensive, but the cost to actually build the Type 65 when it's all said and done will be significantly less than if we did the complete kit and bought a crate motor from Blueprint or something like that. Not that those engines are bad, it just costs a lot more to do that. And to be honest, a lot of people go that route, so we really are excited to show people how it can be done on a budget and still be done well. Plus, we also have another project that we're really close to finishing, and I want to get done and driving before we actually start really tackling the Type 65. My dad's 1953 Ford F100 pickup truck with a 408 stroker swap. So if you're interested in that, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button to follow along with all these videos, and if you can do me a huge favor, hit the like button because it lets YouTube know that this video should be pushed to everybody. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.